make a difference and touch the youth where they are.
Bringing that culture side to nice network.
I saw that the youth was looking up to us. And
we got a lot of programs, but it's not everything.
Thank you for joining this special edition of 11 Alive Uninterrupted Black Youth Town Hall. 11 Alive, thanks to our sponsor Grady Hospital, teamed up with local leaders, school officials, hip-hop artists, parents, and teens to talk about how we can keep our kids safe and give them the resources and guidance they need to thrive. From local nonprofit leaders to Atlanta Public Schools police chief, you will hear from people who have a direct role in impacting young teens' lives. One Atlanta native that you're already familiar with helped us kickstart this conversation at Auburn Avenue Research Library. Atlanta hip-hop artist Young Dro, a victim of gun violence himself, a story that he has already shared with us, is now using his platform to raise awareness about violence prevention.
We're going to meet the kids where they are. You know, we're going to give them a voice.
Launching an initiative called It Still Takes a Village, Young Dro is sparking conversations from Atlanta to LA, Chicago, and nationwide, helping guide kids away from violence.
I feel like I can be a voice, and I know that I can make a change.
He pulled up to join me and V103's DJ Greg Street to talk about what he's doing and what we can all do as a community to keep our kids safe. Thank you so much for joining us.
What's up, Greg?
How you doing, sir?
Oh, pretty good. How you doing?
Dro, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing well, I'm doing well. This is a huge year for you.
Yes, it is.
It still takes a village.
Yes, it does.
Something that you really took to heart as far as impact in the community. Talk to us about when that concept sparked in your head, that it was on you to really make a difference.
It dawned on me, like, you know, in hip hop, we have, you know, like a bunch of people that, you know, come together to make music for the community.
Right.
I saw a lot of us getting murdered, you know, and the representation of that was just sad, you know, and I saw that the youth was looking up to us, and, you know, we was dying on TV, you know what I mean? So it was just, I felt like I should take a stand on senseless gun violence, you know what I mean? And I wanted to speak out because, you know, we're showing the youth what to actually do. Like, you know, when you can walk up on a rapper and it's cool to kill somebody that everybody's cheering and championing on, it's almost like it's very sad. So I started to speak up about it, and we came up with It Still Takes a Village. You know, I know a lot of people probably heard of It Takes a Village.
Right.
You know, It Still Takes a Village stemmed from that. You know, I think it was important then, and I also think it's important now.
And I want to backtrack because you met Greg Street earlier on in your life.
Yeah.
01, 02. Greg, to see his evolution as a man, as a musician, as a mentor, as someone important to Atlanta, like, and to see this very moment, you know, how does that feel for you?
I mean,
because you had a front row seat to his success.
Yes.
He was always a special artist.
Okay.
He was signed to Raheem the Dream. He had a song called Yes Sir. Then Rocco with the Cartier Boys. So just to watch the whole movement now, we look at Dro now, every time we see him, he polo fresh and this and that. It's like when you wake up every day and you know your gift, you know your passion, if you work on that every day, it's gonna take some time. But if that's your gift and you work on it, it's gonna come to fruition. You just gotta be willing to put the time in. But the kids still don't know that there are more rich and wealthy people that are not famous than there are people that are famous. Because they're not doing the research. They don't know that it's 10 rich people behind Young Dro.
Yes.
They don't know it's 25 rich people behind T.I.
Yeah, everybody just pays attention to the limelight. When you go to the different schools, because you do a lot of mentorship in the schools too, and I've seen how much work you've done in Clayton County, Fulton County, so many different places. What do the youth tell you that they need, that they haven't received in their communities, in their households, in different places?
So what I mostly hear is the attention, you know, and the voice that's shut down that from the youth that they don't have anymore in their homes, and the disconnect with the fathers. I want to reach out to the guys, the OGs in Atlanta, you know, some of the people out the hood, you know what I mean? Let's get back to fathering the sons, you know what I mean? And, you know, when they speak out and they say, well, our voices get shut down because our parents think they know everything. You can't just take away the voice of the child. You know, that's why they go out and try to find it through random people, you know, and then they saying they love you to total strangers.
And they're going to find that love somewhere
listen.
else. One thing Greg said one time on social media, and I'm going to toss it back to you, is he said, we got to stop preying on each other and we have to start praying for each other.
Right.
Where does the preying on each other come from? Is it jealousy? Is it envy? I mean, when we talk about youth violence, when we talk about prevention, how do we shift it to praying for each other as a community?
We have to learn how to love one another. Well, you have to learn how to love yourself first.
Okay.
You know, because once you learn how to love yourself, once you learn how to love yourself, you wouldn't be so eager to hurt another person because you wouldn't hurt yourself.
And you don't want nobody to do it to you.
Once you love yourself that much, but you have to get that from your parents, people around you, your uncle, your auntie,
Right.
well, whoever's caring for you at the moment, make sure they're pouring into you.
The challenge is really though the community.
Okay.
The challenge, I think we put too much on the artists, and we don't understand that a lot of artists don't have that foundation that Dro's speaking of.
Right.
So we
That
put
part.
too much on the artists. We have, quote unquote, too many expectations of people and of things that we shouldn't expect anything from.
I challenge the hip hop community, the guys in the hip hop community to put their egos to the side, man up, and help raise this community that involves our children.
If you scroll through Young Dro's Instagram, it's just positivity, positivity,
Yeah.
positivity. What response did you get from the community?
Well, I got a great response from people that want to grow.
Yeah.
But people
That part.
people that are stagnant, that don't want to see change,
Yeah.
I kind of got no response at all. And I'm okay with that because I want to touch people that actually want to move forward.
You never know who's watching you for those qualities that you could possess by just being focused and staying on track when it comes to your passion and things that involve your gift.
I feel like Greg got a chance to see your evolution
Yes.
from a mentorship standpoint. I got to see your evolution as a fan of the music. So to see you on this side with the difference you're making, I think is a full circle moment. So we appreciate your time.
Thank
Round
you.
of applause for Young Dro. Thank you. We appreciate you. Next on 11 Alive Uninterrupted's Black Youth Town Hall.
Instead of charging a kid with a crime and ruining their lives with a criminal charge, we can look at other options for them to explore.
From Atlanta Public Schools police chief to local nonprofit leaders, we're talking real solutions with people working the front lines.